Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Lipkowitz. I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams Capital Properties in Bethesda, Maryland. I specialize in both residential and equestrian properties, and today I want to talk about moving to Montgomery County, Maryland. The first question people have is, well, where should I live? Montgomery County is huge. We have over 1 million residents. It's the most heavily populated county in the state, and it's incredibly diverse. There's country living, there's suburbia, and there's even small cities contained within Montgomery County, Maryland. So where you're going to live is going to depend on your budget, on your commute, if you have one, and what you're really looking for. I mean, if you're looking for rural living, the northern parts of the county on the Ag Reserve, Damascus, Boyd's, even parts of Germantown, or West County, in Potomac and Poolsville might be a good fit for you. If you prefer suburban living, you're in luck because most of the county probably qualifies as suburbia. You're not going to struggle to find single family homes. It's just going to be a question of whether or not you can afford them. Parts of the county in Bethesda, Potomac, very, very expensive. You start to get to Rockville, Gaithersburg, Germantown, it becomes substantially more affordable, although, those areas are developing quickly. And then in East County, you've got Silver Spring is still relatively affordable. You have so many options, and it really depends on what you're looking for. Do you want to be closer to DC? Do you want to be in the sticks? What do you want? And that's, that really depends so heavily on the person and their situation, which is why I have a number of neighborhood spotlights that I've written, and I'll link to those in the description below. So the next thing we're going to talk about is commuting, because commuting in Montgomery County can be a bear. The good news is we've got pretty decent access to public transportation. There are bus routes that run all throughout the county. There are stops on the red line that go into the district. You can catch the MARC train to go to Baltimore, West Virginia, down into the district. And a lot of residents work in DC, so that's pretty important. I will say that recently there's been some changes with bus routes and access. If you live in the northern part of the county, that's a little bit more rural, and suburban and rural mixed together. It's going to be a little bit more tricky for you to find public transportation. You may have to drive a little ways, which is what a lot of people do, because if you are coming from the northern parts of the county trying to commute south, that is, as a rule, a very, very difficult commute. Going down 270, going down I-95 is not fun. And going east-west, especially as you get closer to the district, is also not fun. They're putting in a purple line, though, that'll connect Bethesda to New Carrollton Station, which will be excellent. It should be up in 2022, I believe. So that'll be a light line, and that will be wonderful. But, for the most part, again, where you live and what your commute is going to look like are really pretty closely tied, and they go hand in hand. And so I really recommend, if you know where you're going to work or where you'd like to be working, it's really probably in your best interest to plan to find housing that will offer you a reverse commute. So if you know you are going to be working in Germantown, living in that area or living a little south of there, will offer you that reverse commute. Going north in the mornings is better than going south. There are a number of private schools, but Montgomery County public schools are pretty highly rated. Now, it varies school to school, but you can go online, do your research, decide, how you feel about each school. But as a rule, Montgomery County schools are rated as one of the best in the state, and Maryland as a state is rated as one of the best states for education. So there you have it. In terms of higher education, Montgomery College has a few different locations. They have shuttles, and they offer, obviously 2-year degrees that you can turn into 4-year degrees with, affiliated universities, and they offer career training and plenty of credit and non-credit courses. So, if you're looking for higher education or, night classes, you'll be able to find those here. It's really, really difficult to encompass Montgomery County as a whole in one video, which is why I've done some little, neighborhood spotlight videos, and I'll continue to do that, and I will continue to update this video and make new videos to this effect. But the last thing I want to impart to you is to really use your resources. I mean, there are forums and stuff like that, but, get on the Montgomery County website, get an understanding of, what the resources are and, any upcoming legislation, and, your property taxes, because those will look very different. Montgomery County probably has one of the higher property tax rates in the state, but those rates will look very different if you're living on the ag reserve. So, just kind of get a sense of what your options are and, what the restaurants are like in the area you're moving to. Just really do your research. Try not to fall into too many black holes when it comes to forums, but, those can be helpful too. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Sarah Lipkowitz. I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams Capital Properties in Bethesda, Maryland.